Okay, so we're starting off this haircut with the number 2 guard, and I'm going all the way to the top where the parietal ridge is. For those of you who don't know, it's where the long hair comes in. But the last person to cut his hair went way too high in the back, so that's why we're not going as high in the back. He wants me to do a drop fade for him. So I'm putting in my first guideline with my Andis Supras, and I have the 5/0 blade on it, and I'm just gonna ball that out. That way I can come around with my shavers and get it nice and tight. For those of you who have wall clippers, I'm gonna be using the wall premium guards, so you should be able to follow along. It should be the same thing. And right here I'm just touching up that line with my trimmers. But we're gonna start the fade off with going 1/2 inch, and I work my way from the front of the head to the back, and as I come from the back to the front, I'm going up another 1/2 inch, but this time I'm flaking out as much as possible. Yeah, to me, I just like doing it like this better. I don't know, everybody has their ways to fade, but now I just close the clipper all the way, and I'm trying to knock that bottom line out, that bald line, because that stands out if you don't get it out. And I just flip my clippers out like this because my clippers aren't as zero gap as my wall seniors. But yeah, and then after that you just open a little bit, open the lever, go up a little more, and all the way till you get to your guideline. And now I'm using the number 1, and I have it all the way open. Like I said, I go 1/2 inch, I work my way to the back, and then when I come from the back to the front, I go another 1/2 inch up. So in total, you're going up an inch pretty much, but I like doing it in 2 sections. I don't know why, but yeah. So now I just close the number 1 all the way, and I'm knocking out that bottom line, and my no guard. It should blend in pretty good. And you just open a little bit, and you're going up, and you want to flick as much as possible to blend it to the number 2. That way, when you get the number 2, it should almost be blended. See, like this is the number 2 right here, and I have it all the way open, right where the parietal ridge is at. And now I just want to close it all the way, and come back and hit right underneath that. And yeah, it should pretty much be blended. If you see some dark spots, I like to come around with the number 1 open, and I'm just using the corner of my clipper because I don't want to make another line. So I want to blend it as much as possible, and then I'll use my number 1.5, and this is the number 1.5 all the way open, and then I'm going to close it. And yeah, that should pretty much get your fade nice and tight. This is a premium 1.5, so most of you guys probably have the white one, or if you don't have the premium one, I would recommend it, especially if you want to get into cutting hair. But right here I'm just touching up some dark spots I saw with my clipper open all the way. But we're gonna move to the back of the head, and it's the same thing. I'm going 1/2 inch, and then when I come around, I'm going 1/2 inch again. And right here I balded it out already. The camera kept blurring out, so I had to cut it. But same steps. After that, you want to get the 1 all the way open, go up 1/2 inch, and then you want to close it all the way and hit right underneath it. And it's gonna be the same steps, over and over, open and close, open and close. But you want to try and connect it to the side of the fade, because apparently a lot of people have that problem. They can't get that. But right here I have the number 2 guard all the way open, and I'm going up a little bit more, and now I'm gonna close it. But yeah, like where you can see the back is not as full because the last person, like I said, he went way too high. And yeah, I'm just following up with the number 1.5 all the way open, and then close it, and that should be pretty much done. If you need to come back and touch up some dark spots, and just be careful not to make another line. And then for the last part, like the last side of the head, same step, 1/2 all the way open, and then you want to go and flick out as much as possible. So you want to go up an inch, and then close it all the way, and the same steps, pretty much. And this typically takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to get the fade part of the haircut done, and then 5 minutes for my shear work, and then 5 minutes for a lineup. But you can see I closed it all the way, then I worked my way up, open it a little bit more, go a little higher, open it a little more, and then I'm taking out that ball line. And then same steps again. One, all the way open, I'm going up an inch, and I'm flicking as much as possible. And now I just close it all the way, and I want to blend it. And to me, most of my fades rely on the number 1. That's just me. So you want to open and close it, try and get that as smooth as possible. And then after that, we're gonna follow up with the number 2, all the way open. I'm just going up to the parietal ridge, to that one spot, and then I'm gonna close it all the way, and that should pretty much blend it. And then the 1.5, just, man, it just brings it all together. So yeah, so I mean that's pretty much done. Fade. I see a little dark spot in the back right there where I had to connect it, so I just hurried and did that. But I know this angle is pretty much sucky, but I'm just doing the clip over comb. And if you put it against the head, the comb, you want to go backwards against the grain, against the hair. That way you can cut the most. And I know it's a terrible angle, but I'll get better at this, guys. It's my first official tutorial. And as you can see, I'm using the Motive blending comb. I really like these combs. I find it easy to blend. You just put it against the head, you know, and you pull out a little bit, and then you just want to scrape it pretty much. And I have the clipper open, that way I don't take too much off. But I mean, a lot of people who are better at clipper over comb might look at this and think I suck or think I'm doing it wrong. But now I'm doing the other side. As you can see, I'm going back, like I'm going backwards because I'm going against the grain. And yeah, I mean, that should pretty much do it all. And I'm just gonna come around with my blending shears and just take a little bit of weight. I really like this technique because it just brings it all together. Like, I feel like this is the most important part in the fade, if not the second most important part, because if your fade looks good but then it looks choppy or not as clean, going from, you know, your fade to the top of the hair, then that stands out the most, I think. And I mean, I don't know, but I'm just gonna line them up with my trimmers, and then I follow it up with the razor. But when I came back with the razor, like, just the angle was horrible. You couldn't see anything, so I didn't even bother putting it in the clip. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Also, Diana did the beard, and we sprayed some enhancement on it. The camera wasn't recording when she was doing it, so we'll probably do a tutorial on that. But yeah, this is the finished product. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have comments or questions or want to see a certain haircut, just let me know. I appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, see you next time.